Welcome, everybody, to our Become a Coach Team Beachbody webinar. So, for those who don't know who I am Candace Bowman, and I actually founded this glorious team. My upline was a top 10 multi-million dollar earner. She actually is from Michigan. She's one of my closest friends now, and our daughters almost like every other day are on Messenger together talking. Yeah, that's me. But a little bit about myself is my upline had posted, I had followed her for roughly a year on social media, and she had made a post that was just working out, getting to know her, working out. You can make money from home. And her daughter was around my daughter's age. I was a single mom at the time, working as a full-time teacher, going to grad school. So I couldn't really leave my daughter even more to be able to make an additional income. So when I saw that, I reached out and chatted with her, and I didn't have money. My mom let me charge it on her charge card. She's like my biggest number one favorite person in the world. But she would do every diet thing with me. So whether I wanted to do Slim Fast or Hydroxy Cut or whatever the fad was in my 20s, she did everything with me. So when it came to this, I was like, okay, let's try this because I can earn an income from this. And I don't know how I'm going to do it yet, but she was like, let's go for it. So I signed up immediately, had no idea what I was getting into, never heard of Beachbody, never was a client first. So I had no idea about the programs, about Shakeology, I knew nothing. I just basically trusted the woman that I had been following for so long and just took a leap of faith that this was going to work out. So having been a teacher, I'm very structured. So it was like clockwork, 8:00 every night. Aria was in bed. I'd work my business for an hour, and then I'd wake up at 3:45. Glorious 3:45 a.m. wake up. I'd work out. I'd post my groups and do a little bit of work stuff. And then it was all teaching, school, and daughter till 8 p.m. And I would redo the whole thing over and over again. In the beginning, I had just put myself out there and invited friends and to do the program with me. They hopped on, and we came up with how we were going to do a challenge group together. I took their feedback. It became this super fun thing. Everybody got results. I, with my first program, lost 12 pounds in 3 weeks of 21-day fix. And right there, I was just like, this is incredible. I was helping other people get results. I was earning some extra money, so it was going towards my divorce and all this debt that I was left with. So I knew I was onto something. And so I just kept showing up every day, and I just kept doing program after program. And about 13, 14 months in, I came to a crossroad because it was the next school year. And there was no way I could do another 10 months of 5 hours of sleep nightly and just go for the other 19 hours. And so I was living with my parents at the time, and they basically told me, do whatever's going to make my daughter proud and whatever makes me happy, and that they support whatever decision I have. So I quit teaching and I went all in with this because I basically said to myself, if I continue with teaching, I will never earn $1 million. It will never happen. There's no way I could ever in a year earn $1 million as a teacher. But there's a 1% chance, even a 0.5% chance that I could with this, that is far greater and far worth trying than with something that I know I have a 0% chance in doing. So I was burnt out. I wanted to see my daughter more. I knew I wanted bigger and better. And so I left teaching. I dropped out of grad school, and with 3 classes left for my degree, my dad's like, "Why don't you just finish?" I'm like, "No, I don't want the debt." And I went all in, and I did. Within that second year, I was just about at teacher salary, and I've with life changes, I've kind of just maintained a teacher salary still, but it gives me the freedom to be home. So I'm raising my youngest during COVID. I didn't have to worry about not being able to have work and things like that. So it's been really this amazing opportunity that's blessed my life with I don't even know what word I'm looking for, with choices that I would have never had if I would have stayed on that original path. So essentially, like I said, when I started, I had no idea about Beachbody or anything. But once I got started, I dove in. Beachbody's been around since 1998. They started with infomercials and DVDs. P90X, Insanity. Those are 2 of the most popular Beachbody programs. I used to want to do them. I used to sit on my couch in my apartment wishing I could afford to buy those DVDs and do them because they look so kick-ass. I had no idea they were affiliated with Beachbody. And then I signed up and I finished my program, and I was looking at what program I was going to do next, and I was like, holy crap, that's the dude that does Insanity. Holy crap, that's a Beachbody program. Oh. But they've been around since 1998. And through the success of their programs that just started as fitness-based, they were getting all these people on their message boards, referring friends and family, getting them to do programs and sharing their results and things all just naturally. And so the CEO of Beachbody, Carl Deichler, decided he wanted to give those people an opportunity to earn an income because they were already doing all that we do. And so in 2007 is when Team Beachbody was created. And it started off with DVDs. Around that same time, a few years later, they developed Shakeology, which Carl openly talks about. He hates vegetables. He does not eat them. He hates them. And so the kind of cornerstone of the decision to come up with this was that he wanted people like him to be able to get all the nutrition that our body lacks. Even if we do eat vegetables, the food quality these days is poor compared to what it used to be years and years and years ago. So he wanted to give that daily dose of nutrition. That was created. Now, even though that was kind of the cornerstone of the company product wise, now we have a ton of products for everybody. So maybe Shakeology isn't your, your groove. We have Energize and Recover. We have the 3-day refresh. We have beach bars. We have Bevy. We have so many products that there's something for everyone. And with the coaching opportunity, you save a little money on things for your journey. So now in 2017, they decided with everything going digital, they got rid of DVDs and they branched out, and we are a fully digital platform now with Beachbody On Demand. The programs are all now being shot in real time, meaning that you don't repeat the same program. So it's literally like going to a gym and hiring a trainer, only for about 1/10 of the cost of what that would really cost. Nutrition plans, they have evolved over the years, and Carl does not want to stop there. He just announced going public. So in the second quarter, people will be able to take out stock with Beachbody. He's partnered with a cycling company. So we are going to have a cycling program for those who want that indoor spin experience without, again, having to go elsewhere. He's revolutionary. He is, and he takes initiative, and he is probably I've met him and talked to him, and he is like the biggest dreamer and visionary with wanting that core mission of helping people live a healthy lifestyle, a maintainable, a manageable lifestyle, and not just one person, but an entire family and millions of families, because the obesity rate these days is just getting out of control in America, essentially. And so with all the opportunities that are coming and starting this year with going public, it's just going to be, this opportunity is going to be that much grander. We're going to be able to go to other markets quicker. We've already expanded into the UK and France since I started. We are also in Canada. But we'll be able to branch out to other markets now, having gone public. So that's a little bit about Beachbody's history, where they're going. Our team alone also has that mission of, we want to help so many people in our community. We want to share not just our health and fitness journey, but who we are, because there's a lot of people out there like us who were our old versions, who maybe thought, oh, I can't do this because XYZ. You know, I get a lot of times people saying, I'm so busy, I can't. Well, since I've started coaching, I was a teacher. I was in grad school. I went through a divorce. I was a single mom. Then I met somebody. We got engaged. I moved. I renovated a house. I had a miscarriage. I got pregnant, and I raised my baby during COVID while virtually teaching my older daughter and dealing with my husband falsely arrested and being sent to jail last October. So I'm now living the single mom life again with a crazy toddler and daughter who does have ADHD, which makes her virtual schooling challenging at times. So to say that I've been through hell and high water is an understatement. So I love to be able to inspire other women to just empower themselves and just take control. So I welcome you all to that opportunity, and I'm going to hand it off to Nikki. She actually is my longest standing coach. She joined me in 2016, so she's going to go ahead and just take it away.
Hello, my name is Nikki. I found out about Beachbody through Candace. Me and Candace actually went to high school together, but we weren't like friends. We met through this. She invited me to a free group, which was like a clean eating group. And I just happened to be looking for something like that at the time for my family. And so I joined it. And then I joined it the next month. And then I joined it the month after that. And I think I lost like 10 pounds in like the 3 months. And she was like, listen, you're already doing all the things, you're already losing weight, like you're working out, you're doing everything. So why don't you just jump in and try doing it like full on? I was like, okay, like what do I have to lose? I've tried everything, you know, I've tried Weight Watchers and medical weight loss and Jenny Craig and everything, doctor supervision and all of it. None of it ever worked. So I'm like, why not? So I tried it and I'm still here. I suffer from like mental health issues. I have anxiety, depression, all kinds of fun things. And this is the only thing that's kept me grounded. I work out my anxiety. It makes me feel better. And my whole family can tell a difference. Like if I start going downhill and I stop working out, they're like, hey, you need to go and do your thing. And it does, like it brings me back. And I love it. So, sorry, my cat is playing with things. So my thing is I get to talk about what we do as a coach. As a coach, our core mission is to help people achieve their goals and enjoy their healthy, fulfilling life, because that's what we're all about. We want everyone to be happy and healthy and live the life that they want. How do we do that? We have like 4 basic things that we do. We show up, we work out, we use our products, we share our journey. What else? Like we show the hard stuff. So like we don't just show like the sugar coated, like, oh my God, we're so happy. Yay. Like if we're going through a rough patch, like we share that, like we're real people. The second thing is like reaching out to people, you know, like we want to help people and we want everyone to join us because why wouldn't you want to? But it's all about making connections, like building relationships, reaching out to friends that maybe you haven't talked to in a few years. Like it kind of gives you a reason. It makes you make new friends. Like all these girls on this call right now are basically like my best friends. Like I love them all. And I never thought I would have relationships like I have now. And that's because of this. The other thing we do is we recognize each other and we shout each other out constantly. And you shout yourself out. It's not just about like a number on the scale, like, oh, I lost 2 pounds. You fit in those jeans that you couldn't wear like last month. And trust me, we all like looking good in jeans, you know, or leggings, right, Kelly? And like we just share like maybe, I don't know. We just share our passion. Like we all love this and we just recognize that. And then the last part is we fill our own cups. We try to stay positive. We try to keep our circle positive. We just try to become like the best us that we can be. And that about wraps it up. And I don't know who goes next. Heather, I think.
Yeah, I think it's me. Good job, Nick. So, hi, my name is Heather. I've been a coach with Candace for a year next month. I'm so excited to celebrate that. I actually was introduced to Beachbody in 2017, and I did 2 programs back to back. I was super excited. And then school started and my second job kicked in, and I literally never turned it on again until March of 2020. But I will tell you that I thought about Beachbody every single day. I was like, I cannot wait to be able to join back up. I can't wait to have the time. I can't wait to have the money, whatever. And I sat on it. I sat on it through cancer. I sat on it through family issues. I sat on it through the death of my mom. I lost an uncle, all to what they call lifestyle diseases. I'd never heard that term until I joined Beachbody this time around. So I was surrounded by people who didn't take care of themselves. They didn't take care of themselves mentally. They didn't take care of themselves physically. In October of 2018, I had uterine cancer, so I had a hysterectomy. And then it was like August of 2019, I was diagnosed pre-diabetic. I can almost guarantee you I'd been in that condition for a few years. But I was 42, 41, I don't remember. And I was having a conversation with my doctor that brought me to tears. Like, basically, you know, you're overweight because you're not taking care of yourself, and now you have diabetes, or you're going to have diabetes. Like, just so you know, an A1C of 6.5 is diabetic, and I was 6.4. My mom and my dad and my maternal grandmother all suffered from diabetes in their 40s and 50s. They were just a mess. And I did not want to see that path happen again. So I thought about it, and I kept putting it on the back burner. Biggest mistake I could have made. When March 13th of 2020, when school said, hey, we're closing and you're going to be at home, I was like, well, I guess it's time to put my money where my mouth is. I always said if I was going to be home more, I would take better care of myself. Well, here we go. So I started with Bar Blend. Actually, let me take that back. I signed up March 15th. I took 2 weeks of easing into working out. I walked for 30 minutes a day for 5 days a week. I tried a couple of programs. I only worked out 5 days and I only worked out 30 minutes for the first 2 weeks, and then jumped into Bar Blend, did 8 weeks of Bar Blend, 8 weeks, an 8 week program. I was like, what? I knew when I started with Candace that I wanted to start as a coach because I wanted to continue to drink Shakeology. Seriously, the only reason I signed as a coach was because I wanted to pay for my shakes. I either wanted to get them at a discount or I wanted to make money to cover the cost of them. So I did just that in 2020. I made $1,200, which was exactly enough to cover my Shakeology for March through December. So mission accomplished. And I'm well on my way to doing that this year as well. So coaching has given me back. It's given me something to focus on. It's given me my health. My A1C dropped down. Last time I had it checked, I was in the 5s. So I'm no longer borderline diabetic. I think I may have even gotten rid of the pre-diabetes. We'll see when I go back. But my energy level, my mood, my emotions are all so much better because I am taking care of myself and because I am surrounded by these amazing people. I didn't know you guys a year ago. Like, I watched Candace for 2.5 years. I watched her on Facebook and was like in awe of all of the things that she did. And now I get to have conversations with her whenever I want to. And like, it's like fandom over here. Or I made a new word up today. I called it fanagy. But I have people I can go to now when I'm struggling. And I fill my cup up with them, and then I spill that out into other people in my life, because like they say, when you put your oxygen mask on first, then you can help other people. I'm really big on reminding my friends and family that you cannot take care of other people if you are not taking care of yourself first. First of all, you're not being a good role model, right? If you're putting yourself on the back burner and shoving yourself in a box somewhere, you're not showing them how to take care of themselves. And second of all, you're not going to have the energy or the time. And being a coach holds me accountable and allows me to fill other people's cups while I'm filling my cup. And it's 1000% the best decision I've ever made. On that note, consistency is key with this business. I work full time. I didn't work full time when I started coaching because we were all home from COVID. But in August, I got a full time job. So it's not a corporate job, it's a small business accounting job. But I am at work 8 hours a day. I can't constantly monitor my phone. I shouldn't constantly monitor my phone, which I have a hard time with because I don't ever want to miss an engagement, right? If somebody messages me or whatever, I want to stay focused and I want to respond, ignoring them. I'm learning time management, professional development, block things out. Multitasking is not always your friend. you know, Focus on what you're doing and then move on to the next project. But I have shown up every day. Before I started working, when I had my other jobs, I would not get up in the morning to work out. I would wake up literally 45 minutes before I had to be in the car. And that included getting 3 to 4 kids in the car. I was the laziest morning person you would ever meet. So now I get up 3 hours before I have to work out or before I have to leave so that I can work out, take care of my food, plan for the day, and get my kids up and moving. So that's the biggest change, right? It's a time management thing, but I do it every day now. On rest days, I might not get up 3 hours early, but I'm getting up, I'm checking in with our groups. I am following up with people. I am showing up, and it's consistent. It may not be everything every day, but I am doing something every day because those little things will build up into big results. We have a tool. Nikki talked about our 4 major incentive things that we do. We have a tool that allows you to pay attention to it, So it helps you stay consistent. And we give that to you. And it gives you a checklist so you can tick those boxes every day and not miss out on the opportunity. You'll forget things. Life happens, right? It's how life works. Being consistent and being present builds a brand in you, your brand. You're what people want. They don't want Beachbody. They want a person, they want a connection, they want a coach. And so when you show up and you're consistent and your message is consistent and your intention is consistent, then you get the results. And I'm excited because I am just a couple steps away from reaching diamond rank, and even having a full-time job and 2 minor children at home and 3 grandchildren and people in my life having some serious issues we've been dealing with this month. I'm still here. I'm still pushing through because this allows me to give back while giving to myself. And I've never had anything like that. You can work for anybody, right? You can have a job where you feed other people's cups all the time and it never gives anything back to you. But this gives me both. So I think Jessica was going to kick it off next.
All right. Thank you for that, Heather. Hi, I'm Jess. I'm also about to hit my 1-year mark. Been with Candace for a year, and it has been a roller coaster for me. Definitely wouldn't be here without these ladies, which, as Nikki and Heather touched upon, this community creates such a supportive environment and allows you to push toward those goals. I came into this March 20th. We shut down Starbucks. Didn't know what was going to happen financially. I was freaking out. So I was like, no problem. They're going to pay us the regular salary for what we were making for hours in February last year. I should be fine. All right. They were doing that for a short period of time. And then, excuse my language, shit hit the fan and I went into full panic mode. I had been following Candace for God knows how long. I was a fly on the wall. And she reached out to me a couple of times and was like, well, why, if you're doing this and like it's a little out of your budget, why don't you sign as a coach? And I was like, no, I'll keep paying the $100 whatever it is dollars. And finally, after my dad passed away in March, I realized I needed a kick in the butt. I needed something to keep me going, and I needed women to support me, which is something that I've never really had. So coming into this tribe was so welcoming, so driving. It was the driving force in me because seeing each of them grow their own businesses pushed me to go even farther because I knew I could. I had them behind me. I had myself. And so it was time to dig deep. And that is how both Heather and I actually ended up hitting Success Club starters, which is not technically compensation, but it is a little perk that we receive should we hit Success Club 3 months. Is it 3 months? 3 months? 3 months out of the entire year. So with that, we are actually going to be in Shanti's new programs test group, which is super awesome, super hype. But starting out, your main source of compensation is going to be commission. For every Beachbody product that you sell, you'll get paid 25%. So let's say you set somebody up with a Shakeology package. They were paying $129.95, multiply that times 0.25, and that gives you payment of $32.48. These commissions are made each month that your client orders the product, and these percentages do not account for your sponsored coaches. So just going forward, keep that in mind that you're making the commissions off your clients, not your coaches. When your coach or customer purchase a Beachbody On Demand membership, you'll receive 40% commission, which these renew annually. So should they decide to renew, should they get a challenge pack with the bod, you'll receive that 40% commission. It is not month to month. Challenge packs are bundles containing a diverse supply of Beachbody products and bod. These diverse challenge packs allow you to cater to your client's goals. So whether they're focused on nutrition, fitness, or both, you can find and set them up with what works for them. And every time someone signs with a challenge pack, you are eligible for a challenge pack bonus, which can range anywhere from $38 to $150, depending on the challenge pack. Now, the fast track bonus is an additional $100 when you help 5 people within 5 weeks. I know 5 people, 5 weeks seems a little overwhelming, but I promise you it is not. you can get a fast track bonus. How crazy is that? That is in addition to the commissions that you're receiving from the products that they purchased. So what you want to do when you're starting is focus on 3 people a month, and that's approximately $120 in your first month. Simple enough, right? That could be your friend, your mom, your boyfriend, whoever, somebody. And if they renew, that's an additional $99. So little by little, everything starts to compound, and if you stay consistent. The goal isn't to reinvent the wheel. We're not machines. We're not all going to be Candace's little replicas, but we will do our best to be as close as possible. Our goal is to teach our sponsored coaches to do what we do, help people get started, ensure a great experience, and get results. And in order to be eligible for team cycle bonuses, which is another option for you to get residual income, you have to be at least Emerald. We're going to go into ranks in a little bit, but yeah. This means you have to have at least 2 sponsored coaches, one on your left and one on your right. Sorry, just totally choop choop. And basically it breaks down into product value. So each product that you buy has a value of its own. We call it TV. So for every 100-watt TV on one leg and 200 TV on the other, you qualify for team cycle bonus. As an Emerald, that's $14 per cycle, Ruby $16 per cycle, and Diamond or higher gives you $18 per cycle. So let's say you have 600 and 200, the machine is going to cycle through as many times as it can, 200, 100, and that gives you your team cycle. And with that being said, Beachbody doesn't guarantee any level of success or income from the Team Beachbody opportunity. Each coach's income depends on his or her own efforts, diligence, and skill. So back to consistency, just a little disclaimer, you know, Candace could be making 6 figures and I could be making 120 a week. It really depends on how consistent you are when you show up, because you want to be a result of the products. So. Passing it off to Kelly.
My turn. Hi, I'm Kelly. I'm another one of Candace's coaches. I am also a licensed massage therapist, so health and wellness is kind of my groove, what I've always been into. My Beachbody story is a little bit different because I didn't just dive in right away. I met Candace in 2018, I think. I was doing chair massage at a gym that she was teaching size classes at, so a little bit of Beachbody on the side. And I joined just as a customer, and I did that for a year. I did programs here and there. And then when it came time to renew, of course, Candace reached out and was like, look, I really think that you should try coaching. And my scared little mind kind of freaked out. And I was like, you know what? If I just do it for the discount, then at least that will be worth it. So I signed up for the discount. And I did that for about 6 months. And then, like most of us, things kind of went crazy. COVID happened. I was no longer a working massage therapist. And I was like, I have this option here. I have these tools that I know are working for me fitness wise. Why not share them and share the love of Beachbody with people and hopefully bring something else to my health and wellness business? So I started working as a coach, and I wish I wouldn't have taken the little baby steps that I took, but that's what I needed for myself. I don't know if you guys can see, my face is beet red. This is not my jam. I'm quiet and shy, and these girls here are why I'm able to do this. So I was super hesitant. The first time I shared a workout, everyone in our group went nuts because it was just so out of my comfort zone. But that's what I needed to do. It has helped me to be more consistent, which is what I needed for myself. Part of why I wanted to join Beachbody in the beginning is to kind of take control of my health. I've had a lot of health problems in the past, and my family genetics have not done me any favors. My dad's had heart attacks. My mom just had open heart surgery last year. All of my grandparents have had heart attacks. My cholesterol has been high as someone who was in my early 20s. Um, it's just heart disease is huge in my family, and I want to do what I can to stack the odds in my favor so that that's not something that I have to deal with later in life. So I'm doing what I can with that. Um, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about our community. Like I said, these girls here have made me grow so much in the past year, and I would definitely would not be here doing this if it weren't for them. They have become like family. We talk every single day. If there's something that happens in my life, I want to tell them about it. If I need any sort of support or have any questions, I'm going to them about it, and someone is always there. We have a group chat, so that way if one person can't answer, somebody else can. So that's one thing that's always accessible to any of our coaches. We have our group team page, so you can always talk on there. That has all of our coaches, even those who aren't working super consistently like us, even just the discount coaches. So you have even more people to reach out to. And then we also have Anita, that Candace talked about, her page as well, which is a whole slew of coaches. So you have so many people backing you and supporting you. We also have our trainings. We have weekly trainings with Anita's team. She picks coaches from all throughout the Beachbody community, and they come on and talk and do trainings with us about each and every bit of this business. They're always recorded, so if you can't hop on when they happen, they're there for you to go back to and check out. The business itself does, they call it National Wake Up Call. That's also on Monday mornings. So they pick the top coaches and they come on and do other trainings with us, tell their stories, tell what works for them. And then also on the website, there are plenty of trainings on there. There's trainings on YouTube. All of our team meetings that we've had in the past, those are all recorded. We record everything for everyone. So you will never be just thrown into this. You have support to the ends of the earth. And it's not just these girls right here, although, like I said, they'll support you in anything that you ever need, but it's a whole world, this big, lovely Beachbody world that just supports you and can answer any questions that you have. I think that's all I got.
Thank you. Thanks, ladies. You guys did awesome. I know. Listen, after 6 years of this, even I sometimes I'm like, blah, 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 blah. Things just don't come out right. But hey, we don't grow in comfort zones. Okay. So I'm just going to kind of wrap things up. I'm glad we actually have a little bit of time. We we did awesome this time. Last time, I think we were over an hour. We're rocking it this time. So I'm going to take a few moments and talk about some misconceptions. One of the huge misconceptions is that this is a pyramid scheme. Now, the reason why I like starting out with Beachbody History is to show you that this is the exact opposite of a pyramid scheme. First of all, the one big, huge aspect of a pyramid scheme is that there's no products being exchanged. It's cash to cash. You give me cash and I'm going to then invest, then you go get cash from somebody, and it's like a cash flow pyramid of whatever. That is one of the biggest misconceptions. They are also illegal. Beachbody's been around since 1998. If it was illegal, we would have been shut down much, much long ago. We wouldn't be going public and being able to put the company into the stock market or on the stock market. So there are just many, many like head shakes as far as has nothing to do with the pyramid scheme. It is as legal can be. Our trainers have been on national television. I mean, the trainer that I'm doing her program right now, I think we're all doing her program right now. She was just on Woman's Magazine. I mean, we are by far not associated with any pyramid scheme. The second one is that you have to be like this super awesome expert and knowledgeable in everything Beachbody and everything health and fitness. Like I said, when I started, I didn't even know P90X was a Beachbody program when I signed up. And I knew P90, like I had no clue. I had never been in a challenge group. I had never had a coach. I literally signed up on a whim because I saw Anita. It could have even been a sponsored ad. I don't even know. But I was just like, impulsive decision. Let's do it. And it just so happened to be the best decision I've ever made. It was the best. It was probably one of the fewest spontaneous moments. I'm not a spontaneous person. I am planner. I'm organizer. I need to know, like, I have lists everywhere. Spontaneity is not my forte. And it was definitely probably the most spontaneous thing I've ever done. And so glad that I did. But I was not, which leads me to my next point is you have to be in tip-top shape. No, that is another misconception, because when I started, I was 50 pounds overweight still for my first pregnancy. And think about this. This is a business. In any business, if you opened a restaurant, just because you get pregnant, does that mean that you're going to fail the restaurant industry because what? I don't know. All of a sudden the smell of chicken makes you want to vomit. No, it's not at all. So I've been through starting at 50 pounds overweight, sharing that, which people love coming along for the ride. In fact, I've had more coaches that have been successful because they've shared their journey from A to B versus I'm already here at B, look at me, kind of a thing. And it's not always a weight loss journey. It could be a weight gain journey. It could be a mental health journey. The point is that you don't have, your starting point does not have to be you're in your best self. That you need to share that journey. Like, so definitely don't need to be in tip-top shape. Like I said, 50 pounds is when I started. I lost a bunch of weight. I got down to 128. I had abs, and then I had a miscarriage. And so I gained some weight, and then I got pregnant and I gained 70 pounds with Jocelyn. And so I started this thing at 191, and I'm already back down in almost a year to I'm 152. I'm trying to get to 149. I'm trying to at least get into 140s by my 1 year postpartum mark. But the point is, people love the journey. They love following that. So that's another huge misconception. You have to be certified or knowledgeable in health and fitness as far as like schooling goes. Nope. I went to school to be a teacher. My major was math, so nothing to do with health and fitness. Just like any other job, if you were going to go to Target, all of a sudden, are you a pro at working the cash register? No, people train you. That's how you get good at it. Then you get really good at it, they might promote you, right? Okay, so that's what this is. Like anything else, there's a learning curve. So you come in, you do some trainings with the team, you do some trainings on your own with the Team Beachbody website that they provide. Combination of thing. Over time, you learn a little bit every week. Over time, your knowledge of Beachbody, your knowledge of programs, your knowledge of what's available, it just grows and you just learn. And as you know more, you tend to be able to speak better on it. And as you speak better on things, it comes across that way, which tends to be more appealing to people. And so you might sign more people as all of this is happening. and you start rake advancing and giving yourself all those promotions. And so it's a trial and error. It's like parenting, right? You could read every parenting book, but until you just do it and you just try some things, you never really know what's going to work. Because the great thing about this is that it's your business, it's your brand, and what works for you might not work for somebody else. So it's trial and error. We can give you all the information. You can try some things. If it doesn't work, you try some other things. There is no failure. There's just learning. There's mistakes, or there's, oh, well, that flopped, that didn't work. So I'm going to revamp it and I'm going to try it this way. So yeah, it's a learn as you go flow opportunity. It is not, you have to be an expert and certified and need school and all this stuff. I didn't, and Anita didn't. Anita was a DJ before this, so that definitely was, and she's made multi-million dollars in the company in 8 years. So I'm going to trust that she knows a little bit what she's talking about. And I've already made 110,000. Well, actually it's more than that. I don't know. I've made over 100 grand in 5 years. So going on 6. It'll be 6 later this year. And I've went through all those life changes. So if I can do it, I just really believe anybody can do it. What else? I'm trying to think. Misconceptions. I can't think of any. Those are like the big ones that like usually people are like, oh, they think you have to do this full time. Like if you sign up as a coach, all of a sudden you have to like devote 6 hours a day to it. That's another big nope, not at all. It's your business. You allocate the time that you want to give to it. Now, I will say this, like Heather mentioned, the more consistent you are and the more you do, of course, it's a numbers game. Of course, somebody who talks to 10 people a day is going to do better than somebody who talks to one person every other day. Of course, somebody who talks to 100 people in a week is going to do better than somebody who might talk to 10 people in a week. It is a little bit of a numbers game. I'm not going to shit you. Like it is what it is. But it's okay. Your business is yours. You do not have to compare yourself to somebody else's. So if you only want to devote 30 minutes to it, you pick the top things, which you'll learn. Obviously, you'll be trained on it. You pick the things that are most important, you do that. If you run out of time, okay, you did the most important things, and that's what matters, right? If you have extra time, then do all the other things. I call it the glamour part of coaching, like the frill, the cutesy videos and the foo-foo stuff, like pretty graphics and right, like all the stuff that's like easy. And when I say easy, I mean like you don't have to communicate with other people, which tends to be easier for people because sometimes talking to people brings a level of anxiety. At least, I don't know. It does for me sometimes, depending on the day. But my point is, it's not a one size fits all. There are top coaches who are men. There are top coaches who are in their 50s, 60s, 70s. There are top coaches who are in their 20s. There are people who do this just for product. There are people who do this and sign one person a month. There are people who do this and just sign family and friends. There are people who do this and sign and grow their social media to hundreds of thousands of followers so that they're signing like 100 people a month. It's what works for you for your life. Some people have more time than others. My own business, I've had so many different chapters that my business just changes all the time. Even within myself, I started out an hour a day when my daughter went to bed. When I stopped teaching and she went to school, I then had 4 to 6 hours while she was at school, and I was only doing this. So I gave 4 to 6 hours. That's probably why that was the hugest jump in my business. But then the following year I met Jake, and I now had to work in a relationship, which is a whole, when you can only really see him at night. And that was when you were doing your work, or during the day if he's working the night shift, like when you're that now I'm trying to juggle in another person here. And that mixed up the pot. And then trying to have a baby or living together. And I'm used to budgeting for a family. I'm used to taking care of family. He's used to being the coddled one. So that mixed up the pot. So I went from 1 hour a day to 4 to 6 hours a day. To the next year, I went to like 2 to 3 hours a day because we weren't living together. So I could still do stuff, but the time frame was, I had to devote some to him. Then we moved in together and got married and started to try to have a baby, and it went to like 1 to 2 hours. And then COVID happened and he was home. So it went back to like 3 to 4 hours a day. And then he went to jail, and it's just been me and 2 kids. So now it's gone to like an hour in the morning and an hour at night. It's whatever works for your lifestyle. That's what our team hopes to bring to the table for anyone interested in really wanting to make this a part of their life, is to help you make it fit into your life versus you trying to fit somebody else's mold. So that's the other one. Okay, I'm going to stop going on my tangent.
Yeah, Debbie's got to go, but I want to make sure she doesn't have any questions.
I was about to say, I'm going to stop, cut you up, because I'm going to see if there's any questions.
Do you have anything you want to ask? If not, you can message me later. You're muted. Hang on, you're still muted. We can't hear you.
Can you
There we
unmute
go.
her, Candace?
I unmuted myself. I had muted myself, and then I think she unmuted me and I muted myself back when I thought I was unmuting, and she was doing the same thing at the same time. So it's my husband's birthday, so I got to go back to the celebration. He's like, "You're going where?" I'm like, "I gotta get on this call. Just chill out. I'll be gone just a little while." I don't think I really have any questions at the moment, but we'll chat soon.
Okay.
Okay. All
Sounds
right.
good.
Good
Thanks
info,
for
though.
joining.
Thanks, ladies.
Yes, thanks.
Bye.
Okay, well, I will just call this a wrap and say everybody have a good night, and thanks for watching.